Where is it? Down here. Background
I can
music.
hear it in my head, so it's okay. Oh, there it is.
There it is. We are live on Facebook. We are live on YouTube. Let's hit the go live on the Instagrams.
Okay, but just
And
one
we are
question.
live on TikTok as well. Welcome to the Working Actor NYC. This is our live podcast.
Do you hear the music too, or is it just in my head?
I can hear it. That's so interesting. I can hear it on your end, but I can't hear it on my end. Don't know why.
Oh, it's the wonders of technology.
Oh, technology, our favorite. All right.
I love
That's
it.
enough of that.
I love that music.
It
I
is
hear-
fun, isn't it? It's something joyful about it. And it seemed a little New Yorky to me. That's why I wanted to include it.
Where'd you get that music anyway?
Oh, you know, some free, royalty-free website.
Isn't that sad? Somebody made that music up. They should be getting paid for it.
Well,
They're
but they also, you know, made the choice to make it available to us for free.
Maybe it was written by AI. It's only a matter of time.
I know that those things exist, but they don't sound very good to me. I've listened to some of them because I did audition some, and I was like, that doesn't sound like good music. This sounds like good music to me.
Yeah. Hello, Benjamin
Hello.
Howes.
Dolly, I have to tell you that I got very excited during this week because I did a casting director workshop with Kim Misha,
Yes.
and I was allowed to bring in a scene of my own. And I took
Oh.
in my scene from Elspeth because I wanted to do two things. I wanted to be able to say to Kim Misha, this is a role that I booked on Elspeth. And and the second thing was, this is a character type or brand or wheelhouse that I call smart servant. And she loved that I had that language. And I just sort of feel like I just want to encourage everybody to go into these situations in a way that they can feed their language to the industry, so that the industry
That's
can
really that's really smart. You know, that's like a leap jump forward on the old adage. Always answer the question you wish they'd asked.
That's
You know, it's that same kind of thing. You designed it. You gave it yourself a little, strategy.
I really did, and I just and
That's
and
so
I did it
smart.
again. I did it again later when we got to the Q&A. Because I was like, you know, smart servant is one of my character types. Another one is boss with bite or vulnerable dad. And she's like, oh, vulnerable dad, right. So I mean, like, I can guarantee you that this casting director walked away from that workshop with those words in her head about
She had
me.
you categorized in a positive and value creating way and she didn't even have to do that. You did it for her.
I did it for her.
But
welcome.
you didn't stereotype yourself. You gave her broad range,
Yeah, distinct lanes.
yeah,
Distinct
lanes. You gave her
character.
lanes. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you didn't
And-
say, I have to be wearing glasses and I've got to be, with the Lithuanian accent or whatever.
I do that all the
one
time.
of my wheelhouses.
Yes, you-
What? Have you got anything with a Lithuanian accent? Patrick, that's who we
Patrick
need.
Richwood,
Patrick
that's
Richwood.
who it-
Get
that's-
Patrick
yeah.
Richwood. No, better yet, get a Patrick Richwood type. Because Patrick Richwood's probably far too busy to do this. Little
Absolutely.
multi-million-dollar movie, such a small role.
Okay, so the sort of button to that story was just that. So after we had this discussion about type, she assigns the scene that I'm going to be doing next week, and she assigned this elegant criminal scene for me, which I absolutely love because it 100% gives me Alan Rickman vibes, and I completely want to be Alan Rickman when I grow up. And I was just so thrilled. And so I think I have a new type that I'm going to start working on: elegant menace.
Fabulous. Yeah, that's really good. It's really good. Yeah, Alan Rickman, the master of the pause, Mr. Potter. I can't even do it. I can't even do it with a straight face.
It's that
Man,
voice.
he's a
I can't
genius.
do the voice. I really wish I had an Alan Rickman impersonation, but the voice is so
Oh, he
distinctive.
was a genius. Anyway, he was one of
I
the
mean,
Britain's national treasures.
and one of my, like, I wish I could, that's the career that I emulate in a lot of ways.
He would probably laugh. Based on what I know of him, he would probably chuckle to himself if you said, "I want your career." Because although he knew, of course, how fortunate he was, and also that he, I'm sure he understood that he deserved those roles because he's so fucking good. But I know also that he's like, he has said, "I'm lucky,"
Yeah. Well, I
it's a
mean,
random business.
he didn't book Die Hard until he was 39. So is that right? 39? Oh, the other one. No, sorry, I'm getting two stories conflated.
Oh, to be 39 again.
Well, I'll tell you who didn't make a splash until they were 39. Pedro Pascal.
Oh.
Pedro Pascal, prior to Game of Thrones, was waiting tables in New York City.
Danny DeVito famously didn't get booked. His first big thing was Taxi, and he was 40.
Yeah.
It's like 40 or something, I think. Close to 40. Anyway.
It's just one of those interesting things that people we sort of just assume have been always successful, and to find out that no, they just stuck at it long enough for the role to catch up with them.
Yeah, and they didn't just they stuck at it, or you could even say they persevered. I saw this thing. Somebody sent me this thing this morning that said, send this to some actor that and it was like. It was on Instagram. It's just a long shot of a guy. Looked like he just finished a self-tape it on a couch, and he was crying. And it said something like, the super said something like, you made it through the days that no one will ever see, and I'm proud of you for still being here and still whatever.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, why just actors? I could send this to everybody I ever met who lives in New York City. But also, but it's true. It's like we actors, we have to persevere through all the stuff that people just can't even imagine that we deal with, like in a vacuum.
Yeah. Well, it's the vacuum part that I think is also peculiar to what we do.
Yeah.
We've
That's why I'm
talked
always spouting about Tribe.
Yeah. Yeah, I just want to say a quick housekeeping. Good morning to all my friends. Afternoon, sorry, to all of our friends over on TikTok. If you hit that where I am, the first link in my link tree will bring you over to YouTube, so you can look at Patrick's punum and not just mine. You even have your choice of going horizontal or vertical, depending if you want landscape or you're on a mobile device.
Oh, if I had a nickel.
We had. Do you have a preference, Patrick? Horizontal, vertical?
Not really. I'm first.
As long as it happens.
I'm versatile. And thankfully flexible.
Wait, what are we talking about again?
I'm talking about my hair, which is currently vertical.
That is highly vertical.
You're welcome.
All right. I don't know why that makes me so happy. It just does.
Even when there's no feature presentation, it's just, we should just play it every time anyway.
It just
randomly at some point.
But here's the question that we wanted to sort of go on about a bit today is, when you walk into a room full of people in your industry, what's the first thing your brain starts measuring? Now this, and it applies in almost, why does every room feel like an audition? To a point. It doesn't have to be an audition room, but anywhere where there's industry folks, part of my brain, I think, automatically thinks this is a bit of an audition. Like I am testing myself or being tested. Am I making that up?
That's very, very interesting, Benjamin. Now let's talk about that. How does that make you feel? No, actually, that's such a good question, because I don't believe the listeners at home, or the viewers at home, know that necessarily. Maybe they do. Actually, they must, because of your posts. But you recently went to the
Tribeca Festival.
Tribeca Festival for the premiere of your little film that your
little short
film that you
film,
were in.
Daddy's Little Meatball, was selected. I didn't know this until later, but there were 5,000 short films entered into consideration for the competition, and only 87 were selected. And Daddy's Little Meatball was one of them, and I'm super proud of that. And because it is a really, really good little film, and I'm really, really proud to be a part of it. But being at a film festival is an experience that I have not had before.
Right.
And you may find this hard to believe, I am notoriously introverted when it comes to meeting new people.
This is true, people. Viewers, this is true.
Like, for some reason, when I was younger, I was really good at being the life of the party and walking in and being confident and chipper and whatever. And now I find that really difficult. It's tiring. It is literally tiring to me.
Well, it's tiring to anybody going through that kind of that's a hamster wheel, a mental hamster wheel you're on, for sure. Of course it's tiring and it's stressful and it takes something out of you. And I think that's why introverted or extroverted people who have that going on avoid it. They avoid it, or they stigmatize it. They poo-poo it, which we can talk about a little bit.
Yeah, well, for me, it was more a case of like I've tried to deal with it head on in the past by like opening night parties, for example. I have given myself a task of saying like, I'm gonna not leave this party until I have a selfie with every single person in the cast or creative team, right? Mm-hmm. Just as a way of making sure that I don't just bail because I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But as a way to sort of keep me in the room for a reasonable amount of time. And
people don't know. A lot of people don't know. Actors will know. Well, theater actors will know this. I'm not so sure about film and TV actors. You have to have this experience over and over again. But when you're doing theater, opening night is a work night, unless the show has sort of already arrived at its pinnacle. Like if it's an opening night on Broadway, let's say, or off Broadway, or it's a I don't know, it's a one and done. It's a celebration, and you get to go. Let me just stand here and have people like adore me. But if it's like at a normal regional theater where there's going to be more, you're going to work again, and they're doing season after season. It's work. They want you to meet the board members. They want you to meet the donors. The patrons want to meet you. They're very proud of it's really about them. It's really not about you. The show is the sort of the
reason for being there. Yeah.
But it's honestly, I remember, many an opening night where I realized, I'm not going to get any food tonight, and I'm not going to sit down. This is work. But
that's when Benjamin gets hangry. Benjamin needs something to eat because, listen, opening night comes at the end of tech week and previews mean rehearsal during the day and then a performance at night. And then you do the show and then you go to the party and it's late and Benjamin's already past his bedtime. And do you understand what I'm saying? Like, it's like,
girl, I know I've come over at 6 p.m. and you've already got your curlers in your hair. So I understand. She's already wearing her cold cream. She enters the door with a night mat. What? Oh
my God!
That moon is so bright.
It's so sad because it's true. I have no, now that we're in the height of summer and it's light at 9:30. I have no problems about going to bed when it's still light.
Oh, see, because I'm like the opposite. I'm like, it's 9:30 and it's still light. Let's climb a tree. Who wants to ride bikes? I worked in Romania once, a million years ago, and it's so north there that when you come out of the soundstage, you're inside this artificial light all day. You come out of the soundstage, and it's dusk. It's dinner time. It's about 7 p.m. and you look at your watch and it's 11.
Oh no way!
Oh yeah, and it's
so disorienting.
We can't go to any restaurants. We can't that's it.
Oh,
it's so weird.
That is so disorienting.
Yeah.
But anyway, all of that to say, yeah, look, going to Tribeca Film Festival, I knew that I wanted to get as much out of the festival as I could, having never been in this situation before. So I wanted to really stretch myself and put myself out there and try to get as much out of this experience as I could. So I went to mixers and opening night festivities and to talks and to screenings, and I tried to meet people. I put on my big boy pants and I put myself out there and I initiated conversations with total strangers.
Good. That's so good. What better situation than I'm in a movie here I'm in one of these films.
Well, but that was the thing, is that I didn't lead with that. I didn't try to make it about me. Inevitably it would come up and I would say, yes, I'm the lead in one of the short films that's in a program on Saturday night or whatever. But what I went into every situation with, the question that I went into every situation with was, what are you hoping to get out of the festival? Because I really wanted to learn what I should be doing there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. How did it go? How did that work?
It was great. It was great because what I learned is that very few people have any sort of career defining goal in being at Tribeca Festival. They just wanted to be there to enjoy the company of other filmmakers and other creatives and talk about this thing that we love, which is making films. And
you're in a room or a building or a festival filled with creative minds or people who love creative minds. And it's like, what a stimulating, wonderful thing. If I had been one of the people that you had said that to, I would have been really like, that's a good question. I don't know.
It kind of was like that.
I know what I hope to get out of this. That's a good, and if I were one of those people that was terrified that people were going to ask me questions that I couldn't answer, I'd be like, I gotta go to the bathroom. Sorry. Excuse me. I have a medical emergency. Be like, the big question. But but the point is, you took it off of yourself and made it about something other than you and your. I think those are in our world, those are actory, like gremlins. They're like, a teacher of mine would call them actor concerns, or in one sense, she would call those actor concerns, but it would be like, it would be foolish to think that those are anything but gremlins that are getting in the way of you just being yourself at a party, and in fact, you can even carry that across to into the room for auditions or into waiting rooms. Lots of people are terrified of waiting rooms where they have to see their competition and all that shit. And it's like, same gremlins. Oh my God, what am I doing here? Oh, I'm going to be found out. Oh, they're going to someone's going to make me feel bad. Oh, all those stupid things that go on in people's, probably go on in everybody's head, in life. But
this was the thing. This is sort of where we came up with this question in the first place of, why does every room feel like an audition? And it's something that actors, we do to ourselves. It's this thing that we do where we think we're being tested all the time. We think we have to prove something more than other people, that there's some sort of a competition going on.
Well, maybe it's because we're putting ourselves, I don't know, but maybe it's partly because we're literally putting ourselves in harm's way, in a funny sort of way. We're having to
occupational hazard.
Against all our better nature, you're having to go way out on the skinny branches and be vulnerable, whether it's in the work or it's in the the conversations we have around in rehearsal or in the audition, even conversations with our reps. People can get, I know I certainly can get uncharacteristically weird when I'm having conversations with reps sometimes, where it's like, I'm not going to know what they do. I'm going to look stupid here because I don't know what their stuff. I don't have FOMO. I have fear of missing sleep.
Thanks,
That's funny.
Summer.
Yeah.
But it is so then let's take it a step further. Like in those situations where we find ourselves in that room full of industry people or whatever, why does the word schmoozing have a negative connotation?
Oh, that's a great question. That's a great question. Have you noticed that there is a big bias against schmoozing,
Yeah.
which is a term that we just put right onto networking or
Right.
partying or like,
Just
hey,
meeting people.
so and so, there's a party at Julia Roberts' house. Come with me. Oh, I'm terrible at schmoozing. What the f
Right.
are you talking about?
Nobody
It's a party. Okay, yes, people will be doing business there. Of course, it's naive to think that they won't. That doesn't mean I have to.
Right. Oh,
I
that's a
I
good way of putting it.
that's let them do that. I'm the guy that jumps in the pool with all my clothes on. That's my job. Hello, I know my job. Know your role. Actually, sometimes it really does come down to that. Sometimes one has to remind oneself, well, what what do I normally pride myself on bringing to a situation? Oh, I bring my sense of humor. I bring my sense of mischief. I bring creativity, or like whatever it is that you're proud of. Bring that to the
Yeah.
party. You don't have to bring a strategy. That's somebody
Right.
else's
So
wheelhouse.
then yeah, where did we conflate just going to a party with schmoozing, which does have this like negative thing
Because
to it? How
Hollywood
did we
parties are legendary for being places of business, and
that you
that's
need
true.
to?
But as actors, like if I'm an actor producer, it'd be great if I were that savvy and I could say, I could talk about the ins and outs of what's coming down the pike and who's
Uh-huh.
pitching what and who's gonna die on the vine and who's out tomorrow, all that stuff. I'm so glad I'm not that guy though, because I'm a more of my heart is in my art form
Uh-huh.
than that. So
The
I'm
business
grateful that
side.
I'm not divided. Yeah, I'm
Right.
probably woefully undivided. Like I've said to you before, I when I go into a party like that, that's like could be intimidating. I'm either too uh uh, self-centered, or I probably think I'm just too oblivious to realize that I should be nervous.
Well,
So I just had to,
that's
because
kind of the thing. Like if I am certain that at Tribeca Festival, William Tell said it is an undesired outcome for me too. William, I'd love to know more about
Oh, I
that.
thought you were gonna do a quote from
No, no,
William
no,
Tell.
no, no, no.
Okay.
That's not. That's one of our viewers over on TikTok,
Right.
contributing to the conversation. But
Think
but
so.
the interesting thing about what you just said is like I feel like this happened at Tribeca, that there were probably very important people in the room who were able to make decisions about distribution for films that had nothing to do with me, blissfully unaware. I didn't know who they were, and I didn't know that there was nothing for me to do. It wasn't, it's not why I was there. But there is
I
something
would
about
love to be the guy that goes, "Of course I know who you are, Mary Lou. It's so nice to see you." And you won't remember, but I auditioned for you once, and I've or like that. I'd love to have that kind of memory. I know people with that kind of memory. I really do.
right.
But that's because I'd like to be smart. I mean, smart in that way, and I'm not. I'm not.
I,
My memory is like, it's
I
Benjamin,
have
isn't it?
I was gonna, it's exactly what I was gonna say. I have such terrible like facial recognition and name association with faces that I'm so bad at being a casting
I
director. I just
Years ago in New York,
awful.
ran into my agents, a group of my agents, a week after signing with them. Didn't know who they were. We were on Central Park South. Patrick, hi! Oh my God, we're all out to lunch. Hi, how
You had
fun!
no idea who they were.
Yeah, no, and I mean, I don't even know if I pulled it off. I really don't know if I pulled it off. If I'd had to if I was with a friend, I would have been a goner because then I would have had her to introduce her. I'd been like, Benjamin, this is a bunch of people. I have no idea who they are, but clearly I know them, and maybe they've been to my house, or perhaps I've slept with one or two of them.
Well, that's what That is probably where my brain would go, on a street in New York City. So William did elaborate over here on TikTok. I wish I could put these comments up. William says, I was at a party with John Lithgow. He read part of his kids' book where he referred to koala bear. Unfortunately, I corrected him, telling him koalas are marsupials, not bears. He's hated me since.
That's funny.
Thanks for sharing that.
Good on you for providing an excellent cocktail story for John Lithgow over through the ages, because I'm sure he's repeated that, because that's fucking funny. And somebody stopped me and said, I beg your pardon.
Then some asshole stopped me and said they're not
I know
bears.
you've written this book, this whole book, but perhaps you should have consulted with me before you started, because you've made a tragic mistake.
Oh my God.
You gotta, John, William Tell, you gotta have a sense of humor about this stuff.
You gotta have a sense of humor about this
or
shit.
you'll crawl under the bed and turn into a pea.
Otherwise, it feels like you're just trying to survive this shit, and you're supposed to be enjoying it.
Right. Listen, I don't think I'm gonna riff on this. This is not I'm not editing you. I'm riffing. I don't think we're supposed to enjoy anything, because honestly, it's all up for grabs. I think it's better if we do, though. I mean, it really is better if we do. Somebody said one time, a long time ago, I know this is a common thing to say now, but at the time I never heard it. She said, it's called a play. We were in rehearsal and everybody was getting all angsty. And she said, it's called a play, you guys. And it was, in fact, a comedy we were doing. We were all like sweating over this one thing. And
no.
I was like, oh, right, it is, isn't it? Yeah, that's probably why they named it that, because we're playing. So, but my point is, even if I say I'm supposed to, I'm making myself wrong again. That's how come I go, look, it's gonna be better for me and everybody around me if I figure out a way to have fun with this.
If I'm having a good time with it. Yeah.
For me, that means stripping away everything that's not my job. It's not my job to strategize here. It's not my job to get another job here. It's not in fact, at an audition, I have to do that. It's not my job to get a job here. I'm not here to get a job.
Oh, right. Oh my God. My most successful auditions where I don't give a shit about the job. I just want to show the work that I've really enjoyed putting together for this moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's an interesting thought that I just had, which is like being oblivious, like walking into an industry event where you're a little bit oblivious to who the successful people are in the room, who's on the hierarchy in the room. Being oblivious to that is kind of a blessing.
Yeah,
it frees you from any obligation to try to navigate it. I don't know.
This is where my insecurity kicks in, what you just said, because there are times when I've left the room and gone, oh, that's the person who runs the theater. I didn't, you know what I mean? I didn't know, I forgot. I wish I'd known, because then I could have said congratulations on the award for the theater or whatever. You know what I mean? That's where I circle back to. That's my thing, is like, oh, sure, I wish I could be the guy that could retain those kinds of facts. I still wouldn't want to strategize. I just would I would love to be that kind of person that knows about stuff about people that has retained, because I think it feels good to the other person. It feels good to go, oh, he knows who he knows who I am. That's nice. Even if you're a big shot. I mean, obviously, if you're George Clooney, you're not surprised when people know who you are, but you might be surprised when, like, for instance, I've had really very, very, like, we could say arguably the most famous people in the world have occasionally said to me, if I've had a chance to meet them more than once or work with them more than once, how's your da-da-da? The last time we talked, it was, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
How's your sister? Did she ever get that? Or whatever the thing is. And it's like, God, that's good. That feels so good.
That they retain some information about you.
And I think it would be the same in reverse. I think if I said to that person, well, did you ever start that clothing line? Because you were so excited about it. You know what I mean? Or whatever. I'm making that up, but
The next time I meet Carrie Preston, I'm going to ask her how her vacation in Italy was with her husband, Ben, because that's what we talked about on set,
Oh, yeah.
because she was so lovely and charming. And she's also talked about this, but she was so lovely and charming on the set of Elspeth. And she makes it her mission as number one on the call sheet. She makes it her mission to make sure that everybody on the call sheet feels welcome and safe and comfortable so that they can do their best work, because she has been in situations where she has felt uncomfortable and unsafe and unwelcome to do her work. So
that's great.
So she and I were able to actually have a real person-to-person conversation, and we ended up talking about her vacation, her upcoming vacation in Italy with her husband. So
see, of course, if it were me and I ran into her, 3 years later and said, "How was your vacation in Italy with your husband?" She would say, "I divorced him, and that was a very messy divorce, and thanks for bringing it up." Thanks a lot.
Wait, William's got another story. A friend accidentally ran into Jodie Foster's car on Santa Monica Boulevard. Jodie gave him a lawyer's business card. He will be in touch. Okay. Poor Jodie Foster.
What's I don't get it. So
no, me either. But it's okay. Maybe there's more to come in the story. Sorry, I shouldn't have started reading until we got to the end of it.
Oh, there's more. Sorry, William.
Since we're talking about famous people, I wanted to play this video, which I came across this week.
It's me, isn't it? Oh, I love this.
Is it playing?
Oh, I haven't seen this.
Oh, it's not playing. I think I've maxed out something. Is it going to play? Are you going to play?
No, it looks like it's stalled out.
It does. So this was an interview that Seth Rogen gave to the New York Times. And in it, he remembers reading a book called Getting Clear. And it really elucidated something for him as a celebrity. I don't think it's going to come up, so I'm going to remove it. It was something that came up for him as a celebrity, was that something happens to famous people. It's not removing. Okay, I'm now scared.
It's removing because I saw it remove over here.
Oh, you've got it? Okay, my picture has not
there.
My picture has not caught up yet, so I must be in some sort of limbo over here.
Now
but you can hear.
Now we're back in you got to put us back on the full screen, you and I.
Okay. All right, my screen has frozen, so I'm super scared to mess it up right now. Okay. There we are. All right, there we are. That's gone. Back. All right, and now we're gonna go to do this. Oh wait.
There we go. Oh yeah.
Oh, how's that? Is that better?
Okay, that's great. Yeah, that's perfect. So go ahead.
But yeah, it was. So this thing happens to famous people, that as they get famous, that if they find that somebody else is getting better treatment than them, then they start to think it's a reflection on their talent, that they start to get insecure about their talent if they can see another celebrity or, famous actor getting better treatment than them. And I just sort of thought, oh, so it never goes away. It's just something else that happens as you move up the ladder.
Yeah, I've had that experience. It kind of reflects, it kind of compromises your view of your, like, what do people think of my talent? And also it makes it, you go, oh, is this all they value? Like, it's a harsh reminder that everything just comes down to the bottom line when you're negotiating in shows. Sometimes you're with, you go into a production where they want to do so much and they just whatever. It's so rare, but for me anyway, but it's like, that's a wonderful feeling. And I've noticed that the more you're getting paid and the more perks your deal has, the better they treat you, which is so strange. You'd think it would be the opposite, but it's not. They I guess in their back of their mind.
Why do they give the free gifts to the people who have all the money? They can pay for it.
I don't know about you, but I have walked into my hard won half banger, to get changed and find that I'm everybody else has their own trailer. It's like the whole thing. And you're like, oh, okay, well, I was pretty proud of myself a second ago, You know what I mean? Like that. Hello, Benjamin? You're frozen. Oh my God, I'm out here on my own. Well, folks, a funny thing happened when we were walking down the yellow brick road. Actually, I don't know if anybody can even hear me, but I'm going to assume we're going on. The show must go on. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, you feel like, in case that you guys are still listening, and I can't see the comments, by the way, so Benjamin's got this all sewn up. Good, he's gone. I can finally talk about him. I never liked that son of a bitch, and let me tell you what. No. Oh, now it's just me. I'm drunk with power. If I have any friends watching, text me at my number to let me know that I'm still on, because it says that the clock's still ticking. Benjamin's probably over there going, what the hell? maybe it's the rapture, and it's like Survivor, and I'm the only one, or the leftovers. I'm it. Anybody out there? I have this. Uh-oh. Now the phone's ringing. Hello? Wait, hold on. I'm putting you on speakerphone because I think we're still on.
Are we still on?
Yeah.
Because my computer has just shut down. It is I've got the little spinning color wheel going.
Oh, hate that. All right, well, do me a favor and FaceTime me, and I'll point it towards the camera, because I think we're still on. I don't know.
Oh, I like that. I just switched over to FaceTime.
Yeah. Yeah. And now,
welcome to the world of technology, where we struggle through.
Look at that. Now who's in a position of power?
Oh, baby, it's all you.
I have to go like this because in case we're on TikTok, people need to be able to see us both.
Oh, no. I've already let TikTok go, because that's the only way I would be able to call you.
So we're on YouTube, right?
Yeah, we should still be on YouTube and Facebook.
I told my friends, in case we're still on and it's not the rapture, somebody should text me on my phone to let me know I'm still on, because I'm just having a blast here. First of all, I've unloaded all the gossip about you, and
well, thank God it's out there now.
yeah, I told them about your prosthetic nose. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. It's so good. He went to Turkey to get it, you guys.
Yeah, and the penile implant, and yeah.
And it's not that you got a penile implant. It's that you got it. It's that you got it under your right arm. That's the weird part. But to each their own. Everybody has their thing.
Oh my God. Do we even try to wrap this episode up, or do we just say technical difficulties?
Well, if we're still on, let's take the case that we're still on, and we're going to go for the full 40 minutes or whatever. We've got a couple minutes left.
Well, I mean, then we're into wrap-up territory, which is where I sort of feel like the quicker I can take the focus off of myself, the better I perform.
Yeah.
In all sorts of situations. As long as, like in an audition situation, as long as I can put the focus on the work that I'm doing,
right,
rather than whether or not Benjamin, the person, is making a good impression upon this creative team, then the work is much better.
Yeah.
And I think the same thing is true in sort of a industry party vibe situation, whether that's at a film festival or at a mixer or a workshop or anything like that. The more I can make the experience about the other people, the more comfortable I am.
You know what? I'm going to piggyback on that. The basis of my coaching business, which I haven't really been doing lately, but now it's going to come back. So stay tuned, viewers. My company's called Fear Schmear because it started with me using the tools that I think good actors have been using for hundreds of years to as the industry, as the art form has changed and developed and grown and so forth, um, in order to help people overcome stage fright or speaker anxiety. And now it's turned into life coaching or acting coaching because it applies to everybody, which I didn't know when I started it. And that is, it's not about it's about taking your attention off of what it is you think you're being asked for, whether it's your time or what it is it's taking your attention off of what it is you think you're asking of your audience, whether it's their time, their attention, their love, their money, in some cases with businesses, and putting it onto what it is you offer. And what you offer can be anything from your take on the story in the show to your listening. You may be an excellent listener that night, and you're offering somebody a real good listening. And that is important to people. That makes them feel good. That makes them feel heard. And if you can go to a party and make somebody feel better than they felt when they, when they got there, I think that's a pretty good goal. And I don't mean like in a manipulative way, but like by being your best you. So I think I don't know if that's convoluted or not, but I think it traverses all the different rooms in the house. It's audition rooms, it's rehearsal rooms, it's the stage, it's the set. I've been on many, too many to count, commercial campaigns where 30 people from the ad agency are pacing in the dark, worrying about this little detail or that little detail, or did he hold the burger right or whatever. And the director's trying to do, negotiate both worlds. And that I don't know what's happening.
I'm back in the studio and you are there. So I'm going to hang up this phone call.
Are you there?
I am not, but I'll work on that in a second.
But wait, just stay on. There you are.
I am.
Okay, wait, hold on. No, you're going to get an echo. Well,
I
once
don't
again,
know
it's always nice to know that you were listening with every fiber of your being to my words of my gems.
Just the jewels dripping from your mouth about
droplets of gold, darling.
But it is the thing. I mean, like, that's how we get through these situations. You take the attention and you off of what you were saying, which is like what you think is being asked of you.
Yeah. Right. Oh my God, I'm supposed to know all the statistics about this movie. I'm supposed to know everybody's name. Oh my God, I'm not going to know everybody's name. Oh my God, I'm supposed to know the name of the producer. I never even met him. I'm supposed to strategize my next job because there's an important producer over there. I better.
Who thrives in that sort of pressure? Who thrives?
Very few people. Some people do, but very few people do. It's really a shark's game. It's a game for people who are bred to keep swimming or they'll drown. Most of us aren't really built that way. I'm not built that way at all. I have no issue with sharks. They're great.
Oh my God.
They're part of the
Good for
ecosystem.
them.
But I am not one, nor am I a bottom feeder. I'm a dolphin.
But I sort of wonder out loud if the sharks, as you call them, the people who are good at that and who are
I mean that like they swim or they drown. I don't mean it like they're out for blood. I don't mean it.
No, not that sense. But I mean, I'm going to posit that the people who are great at going into a party, knowing exactly who everybody is and what opportunities are available and whether or not they can make themselves part of an equation just by going to a party, I don't necessarily think that those people are the most successful actors.
Right. They're great strategists. Whether or not they're the most successful actors is completely separate. They're distinct. And I just realized something else. When you said that, I just realized I know people like that for sure. I don't like them.
Yeah, there you go. Would you have them over for dinner?
No, I really wouldn't. No, I wouldn't, because they would bore me. And a lot of those people honestly, they just can, if they're not talking about themselves,
Yeah.
they're not listening. They're not invested in anything anybody else is saying. It's really amazing. And I've worked to make sure that each and every one of those people is out of my circle, because I'm not interested in being drained by them or being bored by them or being
Drained. Yeah.
taxed by them. I don't want all that energy around me. It's toxic. I don't like it. And I've you know,
You've been there.
I've done it. I've gone, nope.
Yeah.
Sorry, I love you or not. But
Well, I hope this discussion has been helpful to our friends, and we'll be right back here in 2 weeks with another delicious, technical glitch-free afternoon of discussing the things that light us up as actors. Friends, we will...
Hello. I like long walks on the beach. And Mai Tais.
All right, friends, if you want to know more about The Working Actor NYC, you can check out our website, theworkingactornyc.com, or follow us on social medias, The Working Actors NYC on TikTok and Instagram and YouTube and Facebook. We're all over the place.
Is it social medias or is it socials media? It's like, is it like attorneys general? I don't know.
Socials media. I like it. All right, friends, we'll be back here in 2 weeks. We'll see you then.